Welcome back to A Toda Madre. It's your boy Rodless, and I'm here for another review. A late review, like I told you was gonna happen, but nonetheless, let's get it out. Lilo and Stitch, the live action movie. One, I did not see it in 3D, so don't ask me about the 3D renditions and all that, because I did not see it in 3D. Two, I have not seen the original in a long time. I've seen itsy bitsy pieces about it because my daughter loves it, but I have not seen 100% good. So I'm literally going into the movie blind. I'm going into the movie kind of brand new with some glimpse of the past because of Lilo and Stitch. Here we go. I'm gonna be honest. I know it's made for a kids movie, so sometimes you have to turn off your brain. I know it's meant for in a way for girls because it's like girl issues, right? Sister and sister. Nonetheless, as a movie fanatic and a fan that I'll give it a chance and turn off my brain, understand that it's a kids movie, I still found it very, very boring. I'm not gonna say I was sleeping at times, but I was dozing off at times. And if a movie does that to you, what are you preaching? What are you doing? Let's get to the good stuff before I get to the bad stuff. The CGI on Stitch, I loved it. It actually looked good. Where I'm like, okay, cool. I liked it. It was. I think it looked better than a Sonic CGI. Right, the CGI for Sonic still look cartoonish. This one they try to go for the more realistic approach, which I kind of like. The aliens, the one with the four eyes, I liked him. The one with the one eye, it was okayish, but they had to make them into humans. One of them was Zach Galifianakis, whatever his name is, and the other guy I forgot his name. Going with Zach Galifianakis, he was not funny at all. You would expect him to be the funny guy, but no, he was actually very annoying to me. Not annoying, but just not good. Where it was like, what are we doing here? We should have just kept the CGI monsters. I understand that in the old movie, the CGI monsters played a big part where they just dressed up as humans and it wouldn't make sense because it's animation and it's a cartoon and it's made for kids. You gotta suspend belief. Well, this one's live action. Nobody would give it a pass. And that's what happened, right? There were some scenes where for both of them involved some funny scenes where I'm like, that was cute. Chuckles here and there. But overall, those two guys were terrible. I remember that in the big movie, in the cartoon movie, you have this big shark monster looking guy. He was not in the movie at all. And then of course, they added I think two new characters. I don't think the old later neighbor was there in the original cartoon, and of course the girl who works for the city, Taya Carrer. The only reason that she's in the movie is because she voices Lilo's sister, right? In the past. Of course, with Jason Scott Lee, when I saw him as the manager, as a cameo, I was like, oh yeah, because he voices the boyfriend or the young guy in the Lilo and Stitch original movie. So that I understand those like haha hoo hoo. Other than that, and of course, if we already had Tia and we already had freaking Jason Scott Lee, how come we couldn't get Ving Rhames? He's still alive. He's still kicking. He's still acting. How come we couldn't get Ving Rhames? Was he too big? Like too big? Too old? He's not old because he's still doing movies. It would have been more like a cool nod for us as the original fans, even though I haven't really seen the original as much. But it would have been a cool nod since they did all that. How do I know that? Because I do my research, and I was wondering because why was Taya in the movie and why was Jason Scott Lee, and it makes sense now. I'm like, okay, cool. Um, I know that in some aspects of the movie, the sister can be too hard on Lilo, and from what I've heard from other people and all that, the sisters were better in the cartoon. This one, they just seemed off. In a way, I do understand when they're trying to teach freaking Stitch that he can sing with the music. That's a big scene that I remember. And the girl's on her phone, like brushing it off. Like, come on. Like, it seems like you don't care. I do remember there was a sister who took Lilo to get a dog, and right here was the neighbor, which it takes away a big part of that love bond sister because she's trying to make her happy. Um, Also, the interactions of Lilo and Stitch. it was cute, but at the same time, it just dragged on, and it was kids who don't listen, or an animal that doesn't listen, an alien that doesn't listen, a sister, a daughter that doesn't listen, and that's what kind of bugged me too. Where I'm like, oh my god, how come? Like, do something, put her on detention, not a detention, put her on a timeout. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, Again, going back to the movie, to the original theme, how the how should I call it? The original the director of this movie said that the reason that they kind of wanted to make a new story was because he wanted to make a more bonding family, even though it didn't feel that way. There was more bonding on the original, and creating new characters to have more drama is not sometimes it's just not a good thing. I don't know why they added the neighbor. It just takes more screen time from the other actress, the sister. Um, the acting was okay. No, it was. I mean, what else can you get from a Disney movie, right? It's it's not a bad movie. I told my teenager boys, they didn't like it. They found it boring. But I told my teenager daughter and my little daughter of 7, and they loved it. They loved it. So you can tell right away that it was for meant for kids, especially on the female side. Because my boys didn't like it. I should have taken them to watch Mission Impossible. That's what I should have done, which we didn't. I Like I said, I that's one of the reasons why I hate watching cartoon movies or family movies, because I'm too harsh on those type of movies, because say sometimes I feel like they emphasize too much on children and forget about the adult audience, the ones that pays the tickets to show them. That's why when I talk about Sonic, I praise it, because I'm like, yes, you feed into the children, but you also feed the adults. And that's where Lilo and Stitch, even though it's a Disney movie, you forgot about the adult part. And it's cool. I get it. You have a market, you want to sell to them, but for me, I have to give this movie. I'm going to be generous and give it a 6 out of 10, because it is what it is. I don't. I mean, because I felt boring so much, but Stitch being cute, the kids, the girls liking it. I have to watch it from a different perspective, right? So that's why I have to give it a 6. It is what it is. 6 out of 10. Did you guys watch it? What do you guys think about? You guys have a great day, a good night, and a good morning.